Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And those are breaking news developments in the massive water main break impacting more than 100,000 Metro Detroiters, and the news is not good. The Great Lakes Water Authority now says it is going to take 3 weeks instead of 2 to get it fixed. Topping our news at 5, new inspections found damage in the pipe, meaning more of that 120-inch main needs to be manufactured and trucked in.
So let's take you through the latest here. The Water Authority now says its goal is to have the line fully repaired by September 3rd. Today at the site, crews began removing the broken pipe that was installed back in 1973.
That means 130,000 people in these 7 communities are going to need to boil their water for the next 18 days. Rod Maloney live in Shelby Township, where residents lined up for water. Not the news anyone wanted to hear today, Rod.
No, the people we talked to hadn't heard that when we were talking to them in line. Take a look behind me. You can see the pallets, and those are the empty pallets from the water that was distributed this afternoon. We're going to show you some video now because there aren't many cars out here because the water was all scarfed up pretty quickly. But this is what the parking lot looked like. People in the parking lot, out down the street and out onto the main road here on 21 Mile to try and get the water. And this is one of 3 different spots just in Shelby Township alone. And that water is in high demand. Water, of course, is that basic commodity. Go without it and your quality of life changes on a dime.
Okay.
Just ask Menthil Bowden of Shelby Township.
The way we brush our teeth, the way we wash our hands. Showers are like 2 minutes and out. So, yeah, a whole lot has changed.
My wife and I, we take medication that we need water.
Joe Kozlowski says this all needs to wrap up quickly.
Can't do wash dishes too much. You got to use paper plate.
Thank you.
It's plastic silverware, and that there.
Denise Estepa asked for more than her allotment of 1 case in order to help a cancer-stricken neighbor undergoing chemo.
Called yesterday, she wasn't answering the phone, so I just assumed she was laying in bed, and so that's why I asked.
This water disappeared as quickly as it arrived, but that's not the case with the water main break itself. Great Lakes Water Authority sent us close-up stills of the repair operation that came with the frustrating news that this is very far from over. Sue Coffey is Gliwa's CEO.
The inspection found more damage to the pipe than we initially thought, which will require the acquisition of additional pipe.
Which means there's no relief in sight until Labor Day weekend.
If we have to wait 2 to 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it's not good. You know, we just wanted to get it over with. We're just dealing with it, and that's all we got to do, just deal with it on a daily basis.
Well, the hope is that they can get at least some water pressure going here before too long, maybe before September 3rd. But here's the deal. They had purchased all of the pipe available in the United States that could be used for this project, 120-inch pipe. You can't just go and pick it out on the Lowe's shelf, as it were. So they've called down to Texas. They've got a company that makes the pipe working on it right now. They believe that they'll have a delivery by next Tuesday, which is what gives them the confidence that they think they can get this done by Labor Day weekend. Back to you.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Rod, though, did the Water Authority have any idea that this could or would happen?
No, they said flat out it was a surprise. A fairly new pipe probably should not have happened. They're trying to figure that out, but we're going to start asking some tough questions about inspections and how that all works and why this was allowed to happen with nobody even noticing. So we'll have that coming up on Local 4 News at 6.
We'll be looking forward to it. Rod, thank you. Our other top story here at 5, we've learned the man charged with setting fire to an East Point apartment complex is a Detroit EMT currently on leave from the department.
31-year-old Brian Harvey faces 1 count of first-degree arson for the fire this weekend at 10 Mile and Dodge Street. Sean Lay has more.
I am heartbroken. I am sad. I'm uncomfortable. I want to go home.
You can barely breathe. The smoke damage is so severe. Inside the East Point apartment, Giovannia Wright worked so hard to get for her and her daughters. Wright was homeless a year ago. Everything she fought for, including her apartment, is destroyed.
The ceiling was on fire. The whole ceiling was on fire.
A fire in the unit across the hall Sunday evening, and Wright and her little girls had to run right past it to get out.
My babies went through this. They, traumatized, yeah, just a lot.
As the apartment's windows were exploding from the heat, the man renting the apartment that was burning was seen pacing in the parking lot, not alerting Giovannia and her girls that the building was on fire.
Could have been killed, because what if we was asleep? What if it happened the night that we was asleep?
East Point police say it's a case of arson. That neighbor pacing in the parking lot, 31-year-old Brian Austin Harvey. He's charged with first-degree arson. Harvey's job is to save lives. Detroit Fire Department confirms tonight that Harvey has been an EMT with the department since 2016. However, he was put on leave back in February.
So I'm grateful that me and my baby made it out alive and that, we're safe and that nobody else in the building was harmed.
It is the best. That was our Sean Lay reporting.
One man is dead after a police chase that ended in a crash with a semi in Detroit. The chase started around 7 this morning in the area of Chalmers and Wilfred on the city's east side. Police say they spotted the man in a stolen car and attempted to stop him. After a short chase, officers stopped pursuit. They later found the car caught under the semi. The man in his 20s died at the scene.
Now to the weather. All clear right now in downtown Detroit. Though in some areas, other parts of the town, we can't say the same. We just saw Rod Maloney there a second ago, right?
Right, with his umbrella, yeah. So we've got a few spotty showers out there moving through. Let's get over to Kim Adams. Kim, what are you seeing on exact track 40 right now?
Well, this is the exact definition of isolated showers because most of you are dry, but where it's raining, it's really coming down, especially in parts of Macomb County. Earlier this afternoon, there was a downpour in New Baltimore. Right now, we're seeing another cell pop up. We'll get in real tight for you here so you can see exactly where it is. It's in Utica, right along 23 Mile, also M59 in Rochester Hills and in Troy. That's where we're seeing some showers. These are all headed off to the southwest at about 15 miles per hour. But again, where it's raining, it's coming down pretty hard. I do have lightning detector on, and I've seen a couple of lightning bolts come through as well. So if you've got, outdoor activities, football, things like that, right now in Utica or Troy, you just want to be mindful. But we're losing our daytime heating, so we don't expect much at all here in the way of showers and thunderstorms once that sun sets about 8 o'clock tonight. So for the rest of this evening, those isolated showers come to an end. Temperatures dropping down into the upper 60s by midnight. Your forecast for the weekend coming up.
All right, Kim. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19.
She tested positive Monday during a regular testing routine and, according to her spokesperson, began to develop cold-like symptoms. The First Lady has been in South Carolina vacationing with the president. He tested negative today. The First Lady will remain in South Carolina in order to isolate as the president returns to the White House today.
COVID cases up in the last week in Michigan. State reporting 23,165 new cases over the past 7 days. That's an average of more than 3,300 cases a day. A pretty big jump from last week when the cases were averaging about 2,300 per day. And we have lost another 103 lives in the past week, too.
Defense attorneys grilled an FBI informant today in the retrial for 2 men charged with plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Dan Chappell was cross-examined for hours. Attorneys questioned his motivation to get inside the group of anti-government extremists and the key steps he took to gather evidence. Chappell secretly recorded conversations with that group, and that group included the 2 defendants, Adam Fox and Barry Croft. The 2 men on trial for a second time now on conspiracy charges.
And meanwhile, Governor Whitmer will not have to testify tomorrow in the lawsuit over the state's abortion ban law. The Court of Appeals would not reverse a lower court's ruling today. Governor Whitmer filed a lawsuit against county prosecutors in an effort to get the state Supreme Court to invalidate Michigan's 1931 abortion ban. An attorney representing prosecutors in Kent County and Jackson County wanted Whitmer to testify. An order that suspends enforcement of the law has been in place for 2 weeks. Tomorrow's hearing will decide if it stays in place longer.
It is decision day in Wyoming and Alaska, with all eyes on a pair of races that could test former President Trump's grip on the Republican Party. Republican Representative of Wyoming, Liz Cheney, has been a target of Donald Trump's ire while serving as co-chair of the January 6th committee. Alice Barr in Washington with the latest. Alice.
Good evening. Democrats are hoping for an opening between their recent legislative victories and the new investigation of former President Trump. But today's primaries featuring Trump critics offer a preview of whether that's really changing any minds. The political world looking west today as two primary elections set up a critical test for the right. Republicans Liz Cheney of Wyoming and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska fighting to hold on to their seats in Congress, both vocal critics of former President Trump, who's particularly focused on ousting Cheney for helping lead the January 6th committee.
President Trump summoned the mob.
Liz, you're fired.
The election comes amid a new investigation into the former president over allegations he mishandled highly classified documents seized in an FBI search of his Mar-a-Lago home. Mr. Trump now amplifying calls to release the affidavit justifying the search in the interest of transparency, while federal prosecutors argue that would jeopardize their criminal investigation and put critical witnesses at risk. A judge set to weigh in Thursday, while voters are already having their say, many unmoved by the former president's legal woes. Congresswoman Cheney is expected to lose her seat.
Why not Liz Cheney? She went against Trump.
With the past president's grip on his party on the ballot today, Democrats are looking ahead to midterm elections this fall. President Biden signing the Inflation Reduction Act, a major legislative victory on climate, health care, and taxes.
This is a godsend to many families.
The president touting his party's accomplishments as Democrats seek to stave off what many predict could be a red wave. If Liz Cheney does lose her seat today in Wyoming, that's unlikely to end her involvement in politics. Sources tell NBC News she intends to stay focused on trying to keep former President Trump out of office, and there's speculation that could include a presidential run of her own. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
Alice, that Inflation Reduction Act did pass Congress along party lines. It offers tax credits for clean energy investments, lowers prescription drug costs for seniors, and sets a minimum tax rate for large corporations.